Pastor grabs the bell's handle and rang it for the first time. A sudden gasp echoed through the church. One of the elders on the altar slumped forward, crashing to the floor. The pastor's eyes widened in shock as the elders rushed to attend to the fallen member. Despite the commotion, the pastor had to continue the service and ring the bell 3 times to mark the opening of the service. As he rang the bell the second time, a choir member crumpled to the ground and died. The third ringing of the bell proved no less calamitous, as a church member clutched his chest and fell. The pastor abandoned the service, his face ashen as he joined the frantic efforts to rush the 3 individuals to the hospital. The hospital's verdict was swift and devastating. All 3 were brought in dead. The news spread like wildfire through the church, extinguishing any semblance of worship. The Sunday service was abandoned, replaced by the somber task of preparing for the burial of the 3 lost in an instant. The bell that once mourns the faithful now tolled in mourning, its ominous clang echoing the shock and grief that gripped the community. In the city, there lived a family with a rich history. Mr. Thomas, the head of the family, is a devoted father who had lost his wife many years ago. Despite the challenges, Mr. Thomas single-handedly raised his 2 children, Paul and Kemi. He poured his love, care, and dedication into nurturing them. As the years went by, Paul and Kemi grew into fine young adults. Mr. Thomas was proud of the people they were becoming. He instilled them strong values, morals, and a deep sense of faith. The family was known for their strong Christian beliefs, and Mr. Thomas often took his children to church. Tragically, after living a long and fulfilling life, Mr. Thomas passed away. Paul and Kemi were devastated by the loss of their beloved father. They remember the countless sacrifices he had made for them, the guidance he provided, and the unwavering support he showed them throughout their lives. Despite their grief, Paul and Kemi found solace in their faith and the lessons their father taught them. They knew that their father's legacy would live on through them, and they were determined to honor his memory by continuing his good works and staying true to their Christian values. After the passing of the parents, Kemi and Paul, the children of the late Mr. Thomas, visited the Christian cemetery where the father was laid to rest. They brought flowers and a golden bell, a symbol of their father's devotion to Christianity. The bell, often used in church services, had sentimental values, reminding them of their father's love for God and his role in spreading the word. As they placed the offerings at the edge of the cemetery, they reflected on the memories of their father's faith and legacy. The flowers and the bells stood as a tribute to his life and commitment to his beliefs. In the quiet hours of the night, when the world was hushed in slumber, a peculiar phenomenon occurred in the Christian cemetery. It began after the children of the late Mr. Thomas visited their father's grave, bringing with them a golden bell and fresh flowers. As the clock struck midnight, a gentle breeze rustled through the tombstones. Suddenly, the figures of the deceased, including Mr. Thomas, began to stir. They slowly rose from their resting places, their movements accompanied by the soft whisper of fabrics and the faint clinking of grave goods. Mr. Thomas, with a warm smile, picked up the golden bell that Kemi and Paul had left at his grave. With the first ring of the bell, the atmosphere transformed. The night air filled the sweet sound of singing. The deceased, now standing in a semicircle around Mr. Thomas, joined in harmony, their voices blending in perfect unison. They sang praises to God, their voices echoing through the cemetery, filling the night with joy and spiritual fervor. As the night wore on, the music seemed to transcend the boundaries between the world of the living and the dead. The bells ringing and the singing created a scene of unity and peace, a celebration of faith that bridged the gap between mortality and eternity. When the last note faded away, the figures of the dead people gently returned to their graves, lying back in their tombs as if in peaceful slumber. The bell, now silent, remained at Mr. Thomas' grave, a symbol of the nightly gatherings that brought joy and solace to those who had passed on. From that night on,